Luke 22. The Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus went out and proceeded, as was his custom, to the Mount of Olives, and the disciples also followed him. When he arrived at the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation." And Jesus withdrew from them about a stone's throw, and he knelt down and began to pray, saying, "Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." Then an angel from heaven appeared to Jesus, strengthening him. Being in agony, he prayed more fervently, and his sweat became like drops of blood falling to the ground. When Jesus got up from prayer, he came to the disciples and found them sleeping from sorrow, and said to them, "Why are you sleeping? Get up and pray that you may not enter into temptation." While Jesus was still speaking, suddenly a mob came, and one of the 12, named Judas, was leading them. And he approached Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said to him, "Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss?" When those around him saw what was going to happen, they said, "Lord, shall we strike with the sword?" And one of them struck the slave of the high priest and cut off his right ear. But Jesus responded, "No more of this." And touching his ear, he healed him. Then Jesus said to the chief priests, temple police, and the elders who had come for him, "Have you come out with swords and clubs as if I were a criminal? Every day, while I was with you in the temple complex, you never laid a hand on me. But this hour and the power of darkness are yours." Having arrested Jesus, they led him away and brought him to the house of the high priest. But Peter was following at a distance. After they had kindled a fire in the middle of the courtyard and had sat down together, Peter was sitting among them. When a servant girl saw Peter sitting in the firelight and looked closely at him, she said, "This man was with him too." But Peter denied it. "Woman, I don't know him." A little later, another saw him and said, "You are one of them too." But Peter said, "Man, I am not." After about an hour had passed, another man began to insist, saying, "Certainly this man also was with him, for he is a Galilean too. But Peter said, "Man, I do not know what you are talking about." Immediately, while he was still speaking, a rooster crowed. The Lord turned and looked at Peter, and Peter remembered the word of the Lord, how he had told him, "Before a rooster crows today, you will deny me 3 times." And Peter went out and wept bitterly. Now the men who were holding Jesus in custody were mocking him and beating him. When daylight came, the council elders, the chief priests, and the scribes convened and brought Jesus before their Sanhedrin. They said, "If you are the Messiah Christ, tell us." But Jesus said to them, "If I do tell you, you will not believe. And if I ask a question, you will not answer. But from now on, the Son of Man will be seated at the right hand of the power of God." They all asked, "Are you then the Son of God?" And Jesus said to them, "You say that I am." "Why do we need any more testimony?" they said, "since we have heard it ourselves from his own mouth."